is by Ruth Owen. And here we have the contents. Let's take a look what's in here. So, a festival of frights, food, and fun. Before you begin cooking, monster caramel apples, roasted jack-o'-lantern pumpkin seeds, Halloween cookies, crunchy witch fingers, perfect pumpkin soup, eyeball cupcakes, haunted black bean and corn dip, and lastly, glossary, index, and websites. So, I'm gonna read this part here. A festival of frights, food, and fun. Hundreds of years ago, tribal groups in parts of Europe, including present-day Britain, Ireland, and France, celebrated their new year on 1st of November. This made 31st of October the date of our present-day Halloween, their New Year's Eve, and a night of celebration. Ancient people also believed that on 31st of October, the human world and the spirit world were at their closest. On this night, it was believed that spirits of the dead would return to Earth. If people went out at night, they dressed in ways intended to trick the spirits who were roaming around. By disguising themselves with masks and costumes, people hoped ghosts would think they were spirits and not living human beings. Today, people still dress up on 31st lightly buttered cookie sheet. And here we have a step-by-step. Put the candy, sprinkles, and other delicious decorations into small individual bowls. Push a stick into each apple at the stem end. Unwrap the caramels and put them into the saucepan with the cream. Heat the caramels and cream on a low to medium heat. As the caramels melt into the cream, stir the mixture using the wooden spoon. When the caramels have melted and the mixture is smooth, remove from the heat. Hold an apple over the saucepan and spoon the caramel mixture over the apple until it is completely coated. Now comes the really fun part. Decorate the caramel apples by pressing candy into the caramel. You can dip the apples into decorations such as sprinkles to completely cover them. You can also use the candy to make horrible Halloween monster faces. Put the caramel apples on the buttered cookie sheet to cool off for about 10 minutes. Then we have the next recipe, and it's the roasted jack-o'-lantern pumpkin seeds. In ancient Ireland, people carved out turnips and potatoes and placed candles inside to scare away evil spirits at Halloween. When European settlers came to America, Native Americans introduced them to pumpkins. Today, we use pumpkins to create the fun and scary looking faces that we know as jack-o'-lanterns. Here's something you can do with the seeds that are left over from current pumpkins to make jack-o'-lanterns. Roasted and salted pumpkin seeds make a delicious, nutritious snack. So you will need pumpkin or pumpkins for carving jack-o'-lanterns, 2 cups of pumpkin seeds from fresh pumpkins, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of butter or margarine softened, 1 or 2 teaspoons of salt. You will also need a narrow-bladed knife, large tablespoon, medium bowl, wooden spoon, baking pan, pot holder or oven mitt for handling baking pan. And then we have the step-by-step. Have an adult help you cut the pumpkins to make the jack-o'-lanterns. Be sure that each pumpkin has a hole cut in it, big enough to reach in and clean out the seeds. Preheat the oven to 225 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. Use the large tablespoon to scoop out all the seeds and the stringy material. Separate the seeds from the stringy material. Don't bother washing off the seeds, as any remaining bits and pieces of flesh on them will add to the flavor when the seeds are roasted. In the bowl, mix the seeds with the oil, butter, and salt. Spread the seeds on the baking pan. With an adult supervising, bake the seeds until they are crisp and golden for about an hour. Stir the seeds on the sheet every 10 to 15 minutes so they don't burn on the pan. When the seeds are done, remove the pan from the oven and slide the seeds off into a bowl for serving Then it's up to you how creative or how horrific you get with your decorations. You can make simple but delicious round cookies covered with Halloween candy or sprinkles. Why not get into the Halloween spirit, however, and make some gruesome, headless, and legless cookie people? Look at the poor cookies. So, you will need half of a cup or 1 stick of butter softened, 1/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 small egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, ready to use decorating icing tubes, sprinkles or Halloween candy, milk or water for stinking decorations to the cookies. You also need a large mixing bowl, electric hand mixer, plastic wrap, rolling pin, clean flat surface for rolling out dough, cookie cutters, a cookie sheet, and a pot holder or oven mitt for handling cookie sheets. So here's the step by step. Using the electric mixer, beat the butter and sugar together until creamy. Then add the egg and vanilla extract and beat until well blended. Gradually add the flour and baking powder and beat until it's just blended. Shape the dough into a ball, wrap in plastic wrap and cool in the refrigerator for an hour or in the freezer for 13 minutes. Ask an adult to help you preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. Place the chilled dough on a flat, lightly floured surface and roll out until it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Now it's time to get creative. To make round decorated cookies, use the circular cookie cutter. You can press Halloween candy into the tops of the cookie. To decorate with sprinkles, smear a little water or milk over the top of the cookies to act like glue, and then toss the sprinkles over the cookies. Make spooky shapes using Halloween cookie cutters. To make the headless and legless cookie people, use a gingerbread man cookie cutter. You can either chop off their body parts now or snap them off when the cookies are baked. Place the cookies 1 inch apart on the cookie sheet and bake in the preheated oven for 10 to 12 minutes or until lightly browned. Take out to cool. When the ready decorated cookies are cool, they're ready to eat. When the Halloween shapes or headless people have cooled, have fun decorating them with the icing. Be as gruesome as you like. Then the next recipe is the crunchy witch's fingers. These witch's fingers look horrifying, but they taste great. You can use the cookie dough recipe from page 16 to 17 to make a batch of crunchy fingers for your Halloween party. You will need 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter softened, 1/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 small large mixing bowl, a small bowl, electric hand mixer, plastic wrap, cookie sheet, pot holder or oven mitt for handling cookie sheet, butter knife, and a small spoon. And here we have the step by step. Follow steps 1 to 3 on page 16 to make the basic cookie dough. Ask an adult to help you preheat the oven to 300 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. Take a lump of dough about a heaping tablespoon and with your hands roll it into a finger shape. Place each finger about 1 inch apart on the cookie sheet. Use a butter knife to make knuckle marks on the finger cookies and flatten one end to make a place for the fingernail. Bake the cookies in the preheated oven for about 12 to 15 minutes or until they look slightly golden. Remove from the oven and allow to cool. To make the sugar glue, mix some powdered sugar and water together in the small bowl to make a paste. Stick the almonds to the ends of the fingers using a little blob of sugar glue under each almond. Then allow the glue to dry for about 13 minutes. Get crunching. Oh, they look so nasty. Then we have the perfect pumpkin soup. Native people have been growing pumpkins for over 5,000 years, which makes the pumpkin a truly all-American food. Today, about 99% of all pumpkins grown in North America are sold at Halloween, and we all know the main reason people buy them is to carve jack-o'-lanterns. But pumpkins are also terrific for making good food. Here's a recipe for a pumpkin soup that is warm, hearty, and so satisfying that it'll tickle the taste buds of returning trick-or-treaters. So, these ingredients is for about 6 small servings of soup, 3 cans of pureed pumpkin, 1 tablespoon minced or finely chopped garlic, 1 large sweet onion chopped, 6 carrots finely chopped or grated, 2 stalks of celery chopped, 3 tablespoons of melted butter or margarine, 1 pint, half and half, 2 teaspoons dried thyme, a half teaspoon of salt, a dash of pepper, 4 tablespoons of dried parsley or chopped fresh parsley, roasted pumpkin seeds for serving. You also need a fork or potato masher, knife for chopping, grater, medium bowl, saucepan, wooden spoon, and a pot holder or oven mitt. And the step by step. In a bowl using a fork or potato masher to be sure that the pumpkin is mashed up. Heat and melt the butter in the saucepan. Add onion, celery, and occasionally. Serve hot and sprinkle with roasted pumpkin seeds to add a little salty crunch. And here it says, pumpkins are a type of fruit and belongs to the same family as squash and melons. Cucumbers and zucchini are also varieties of squash, and they are therefore related to pumpkin celery sticks. And to make the tortilla tips, you need 9 flour or corn tortillas, about 7 inches across, 2 1/4 of a teaspoons of taco or chili seasoning, vegetable or olive oil, enough to brush onto the chips. You also need a wooden spoon, large and medium mixing bowls, food processor or blender, frying pan, cookie cutters in ghost or other Halloween shapes, pastry brush, cookie sheet, spatula, and a pot holder or oven mitt. So to make the dip, combine the oil and corn in the frying pan and heat, stirring often until the corn is slightly browned. Remove frying pan from heat and transfer corn to medium bowl to cool. In the large mixing bowl, stir together black beans, salsa, lime juice, hot sauce, and cumin. Blend the mixture in the food processor. You can make the mixture as chunky or smooth as you like. If you prefer the smoother mixture, you can add water to make it as thick or thin as you like. Add salt to the blended mixture to suit your taste. Spoon the mixture out of the food processor and into the large bowl. Stir in the corn and basil. Serve topped with chopped red pepper. Stick tortilla tips in the dip or place on the side, along with carrots and celery sticks. And to make the tortilla chips, you have to cut Halloween shapes out of tortillas with cookie cutters. Ask an adult to help you preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. Place the tortilla cutouts on the cookie sheet. Using a pastry